the physically handicapped, the dyslexics, and the low vision do quite well. However, the deaf seem to be quite affected by their disability. So Table 6 indicates that the special needs education candidates have performed quite well, especially those with low vision. However, as had been observed at the primary living examination level, the deaf candidates appear more disadvantaged by their disability. Of these, 57.7 obtained Division 4. That is the lowest division, and 25.4 did not pass. Honorable Minister, I'm happy to report that cases of examination malpractice has continued to reduce. Most of the ones that were reported in this examination were external assistance given to the candidates inside the examination rooms, and the most affected were physics and chemistry practical examinations and mathematics. The affected schools whose results are going to be withheld will be notified through their portals, and they will also be notified from the dates of the hearings, as the chair of the board has already stated. Honorable Minister, management is very grateful to you for your appreciation of the work that we do and your encouragement. We are grateful for the support that you give us so that the necessary funds that we require are available. Honorable Minister, I'm very grateful to the chairperson of the Education and Sports Committee, the Honorable Tracy J. John Tamuhira, who is here present. The members of the committee, Honorable Dr. Jennifer Alanyo and Honorable Irene Linda, who are here for finding time to grace this ceremony with their presence. I appreciate the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development for availing the funds that we needed for this exercise and doing so in good time. I'm grateful to the security agencies that assisted the board during the monitoring of the field conduct of the examination, the area supervisors, heads of examination centers, scouts, invigilators for a good job that they did during the course of the examination and abiding by the stipulated regulations of the board. I'm grateful to the examiners who marked the candidates' scripts and the heads of the schools that allowed the Uganda National Examinations Board to use their premises for the marking centers. Mama, I'm also grateful to the press. The press has been there for us. They have reported widely and accurately on issues to do with the examination, and whenever a case of malpractice was discovered somewhere, some of them were on the spot to let the country know and look at some of the perpetrators of this vice. To them, I say thank you. Finally, Honorable Minister, I am grateful to my heroes, the staff of the UNEB Secretariat, for the hard work and the personal sacrifices that they make to ensure that the 2023 results are released today. Access to the results, Honorable Minister, heads of the examination centers will be able to download the results as soon as you release the results to the nation. For now, no hard copies are available, but they will be available in the course of next week for those heads who will want hard copies issued by the board as well. They will be notified as soon as they are ready for collection from the UNEB offices in Ntinda. However, candidates and their parents and any other persons wishing to access the results may do so on their mobile phones by going to the message menu and then accurately typing UCE, leaving space, and the correct index numbers of the candidates, and then sending these to 6600 on the MTN and the Airtel networks for now. Submission of result queries. Honorable Minister, we would like to encourage heads of examination centers to study the result lists that they will obtain and submit any queries that they may have to the board secretariat via their portals within 15 working days from today's date. Queries that will be submitted after this period may not be attended to. Honorable Minister, we have also provided district statistics showing the number of candidates, the numbers of candidates, both male and female, passing at the different divisions and the percentages, and they can compare to the national average, which is given at the bottom of that list. Honorable Minister, thank you so much for your kind attention. I beg to submit.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dan Odongo, the Executive Director of UNEB.
And Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, the Chairperson, Education Committee of Parliament, the Honorable Members in the Committee of Education, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports, the Chairperson, UNEB, and the Executive Director, UNEB, top management officials of the Ministry of Education and Sports, and senior officers from UNEB, our security personnel, the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mama, today we are yet witnessing another milestone in our country through the release of UCE 2023 examinations results. Indeed, we give the glory back unto the Lord for bringing us this far. Mama, on behalf of my colleagues, especially the Minister of State in charge of higher education, the Permanent Secretary, and the entire technical team from the education sector, and on my own behalf, I take this opportunity to sincerely congratulate you as the head of education sector for this great milestone. As you officiate at the release of this UCE 2023 results, we do not take your presence here for granted. It speaks volume on the seriousness on which you perform your duty. Once again, thank you. Mama, I've got 2 points. Point number 1, this is a unique release of UCE examinations results because this is the last cohort of the learners who studied under the old lower secondary curriculum. The breakthrough we are celebrating today is a result of collaborative efforts of all stakeholders, the teachers, our learners, our parents, the UNEB officials, Parliament of Uganda, security forces, Ministry of Education and Sports officials, and our generous partners in education. Permit me to congratulate and thank all the stakeholders for a job well done. Mama, also permit me to warn the perpetrators of examination malpractices that government of Uganda will not tolerate examination malpractices under all circumstances. UNEB will ensure that the credibility of public examinations is maintained by putting all measures in place to sustain the gains we've made over years. Point number 2. Mama also permit me to thank government of Uganda under the leadership of His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for promoting universal education that has now enabled more learners to join and complete school cycle. The universal education has now seen more learners progressing from primary to secondary education, of which we are very grateful to our president. As I conclude, thank you. As I conclude, Mama, to our parents, celebrate the joy of UCE examinations results and achievements with your children. Even those who did not perform to your expectations, there is still hope for them to repeat or to progress further in their career through other tertiary institutions available in the country. To the candidates, our dear candidates, please celebrate whatever results you have obtained. You worked tirelessly for those grades. You still have a bright future. I'm appealing to you not to harm yourselves or terminate your precious God-given life because of bad grades. Even if the grades are not up to your expectations, there is still plenty of hope to secure your future. When God says yes, nobody can say no. Mama, the nation is waiting. It's now my duty and my singular honor to invite you to address the nation and officially release the result. Ladies and gentlemen, let's together put our hands together and welcome Mama Janet as she comes to address the nation.
Since financial year 2019-2020 to 2022-2023 alone, the government has invested at least 130 billion shillings in the development and rollout of the revised lower secondary curriculum. This excludes the initial funding injected in the earlier stages prior to financial year 2019-2020. And I must say that we still are in need of more resources to ensure that our schools are well acquainted with what it takes to implement the revised lower secondary curriculum the way it was designed to be implemented. Therefore, we believe that it is not wise to embark on another rigorous venture of full view of the A-level curriculum in the environment of limited resources across government. We cannot afford at this time to withdraw resources from the implementation of the newly introduced revised lower secondary curriculum. Doing that shall completely mess up both the new and the old. We have been guided by the technical teams in the ministry that having learners of the revised lower secondary curriculum progress into A-level and utilize the existing advanced level curriculum does not in any way compromise their subject combinations. Furthermore, it does not jeopardize the academic grounding expected of them upon joining higher education. In a nutshell, let us first consolidate the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum before embarking on an overhaul of the A-level curriculum. So this is our position as a ministry regarding the A-level curriculum. I am happy to hear from UNEB that there have been engagements between UNEB, the ministry, and the Association of Biology Teachers to address the very worrying trend in performance in that subject. I can only hope that the improved results we are seeing this time is a product of the engagement and will be sustained and further improved because it is not yet at satisfactory levels. Improvements in teaching methods are a must, especially in the implementation of the competence-based curriculum. Perhaps I should also use this opportunity to comment about the issue of school fees and charges that comes up every now and then, especially at the start of a new academic year in basic and secondary education levels. As a ministry, we have received the broad direction from Cabinet regarding the need to implement free and compulsory UPE and USE. Free universal education means that for 4 items that government is paying for, learners in UPE and USE beneficiary schools shall not be expected to be charged in school fees. One area that the government shall not be paying for is the cost of boarding accommodation, even if such a service is offered in a UPE or a USE implementing school. And that is because there is not supposed to be boarding schools in universal education in all the schools we are building across the country. These are supposed to be day schools, but sometimes some schools do turn these day schools into boarding schools. And government is not willing to pay for boarding schools. And Cabinet also pronounced that all schools that receive public funds must implement free and compulsory universal education programs as applicable. And as a ministry, we shall have to hold conversations with the current 105 public secondary schools, as well as 109 public primary schools that are recipients of public funds but have not been implementing USE and UPE respectively. And Cabinet also went ahead to prescribe a list of 12 items which are categorized as not allowed to be charged as part of school fees in pre-primary, primary, and secondary schools. And these should be formally communicated to all schools by the Ministry of Education and Sports in the very near future. So, government shall start implementing free and compulsory UPE and USE in a phased manner, starting with UPE in financial year 2024-2025, and for this, an additional resource of 309.16 billion is required on top of the 1.3 trillion that government already spends on UPE in financial year 22-23. The reason why, as government, we are focusing on free and compulsory UPE and USE is to give an affordable option to our people who cannot afford the fees and charges in the private schools. And that is, I believe, common knowledge in this country now. And please make no mistake, the government is committed to investing in quality education in all schools, including those implementing universal education programs. Please know that government is really committed. All education in all schools must be quality education. With that, let me once again thank the chairperson, the board, executive director, and staff of UNEB for the wonderful work they have done in successfully delivering the results of the 2023 UCE examination. I congratulate the candidates who have performed well. For those who have not done as well as they expected, an opportunity has been offered. There is also time to seize the other opportunities available to acquire skills for life. I thank the teachers for the work done in teaching and preparing the candidates for the examination. I join UNEB in thanking the various security agencies of the government, as well as other stakeholders that made execution of the 2023 UCE examination successful. Finally, I'd like to inform the public that technical education selection date for UCE 2023 leavers is extended to end on Friday, 23rd Feb 2024. And 2, selection for Senior 5 shall take place from Monday, 26th to Tuesday, 27th of Feb 2024. First term for Senior 5 commences on Monday, 11th of March 2024. It is now my pleasure to release the 2023 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results for the public, and may God bless us all. Thank you.